All right. I think I have a generic title on the broadcast, the show here. Hopefully it makes sense. If it doesn't, well, it never made sense before anyway. The whole earth doesn't make sense. But Satan makes you believe selected things don't make sense. Oh, well, this is interesting. All right. So, kind of got it arranged here, I think, so that I can speak a little bit here. I'm driving a big truck with my car on the back, so I'm not going to be speaking too long. I might stop back on later. All right. I'm going through a couple things in my mind. It's really nice that the trailer has blue, and it's nice that it's blue. But it has blue fenders, bright blue fenders on the trailer. The one thing I hated with the trailer is it's hidden behind your vehicle, and that's good because it's getting better gas mileage hidden back there. But at night, you can't see the trailer. So you're like, is my car still there? Or did it go somewhere? So it's real nice that they did that. It gives a little bit of visual representation that your trailer is still there, because the metal's hard to see at night. Well, I got a gas truck this time. A gas truck. I had a diesel last time. I kind of prefer it, but, you know, it's just another experience. So I'm hoping to get through Dallas before traffic gets too bad. I guess it's Friday, so there's a ton of early traffic that'll be there. A lot of traffic here in Norman already, but that's, I guess, the college traffic. Stopped by my gym real quick before I got out of here. I was going to leave earlier, but I didn't feel like rushing. What I do is, this person needs to turn right instead of left. You know, one of the things you should educate people about, that if they can't turn left, they can always turn right, and they can go another direction and then correct when they get where they need to get to. Because this person's just sitting here not making a left turn, blocking the roadway. So, yeah, I got to wait for my gym to open up in, apparently it's going to open up in January in Tyler. I don't know if it's going to be any better. So, again, I don't live for grass is greener. But there is a reality to yeah, shut up. Obviously, I can't go anywhere right now. And I'm not backing up. And you're not going anywhere. You can't go anywhere until I go somewhere, because the light's red and there's cars up there. So you can't turn right. You can't go straight. So, yeah, I don't like leaving the room when it's dirty or anything. I like, people, figure there's cleaning ladies and, you lived here 8 months. What the hell are you doing? Where's a cop when you need one? What they did is that the turning lane gets full all the way up, and it's a double turning lane ahead. So what they do is they skirt around the vehicles going onto the other direction roadway, and then some of the median, some of the roadway, and they go around everyone and get in front of everyone. Quite an illegal move. Main Street and 24th Avenue Southwest. When they're turning on the Main Street from, I guess, south. Because Main Street runs east and west. So they zip over to the left side of the road. There's no oncoming traffic, but because the turning lane's on, so there's no oncoming traffic. So as everybody's turning, they're zipping around them and getting into the left lane with that whatever space is there. But I guess it has to do something with being a college town to a certain degree. So I like cleaning the refrigerator out like it was my own, or I was clearing an apartment. I do that. I don't like, oh, you're the cleaning lady, kind of thing. So I scrubbed out that. I scrubbed the bathroom. I'm going to try. I mean, if I get to the point that I'm living in that Wood Spring Suites and I don't want to move into an apartment, yeah, I'll set it up like the one I had here, but I'm just going to live light in the room until I find some place. I'm feeling lucky, like I'm going to find a place in 2 months, but we'll find out. I was going to hurry up, but there was no way that I should be unloading the vehicle today. I just really should give my body a rest. I mean, I could do it, but because I don't have to turn the vehicle in until Sunday morning, why would I rush to, start unloading today? I got the whole day tomorrow. And the whole day, or not the whole day, the morning, the next day. People are pretty rude today. But you know what? It's the cedar. I told you that. I've told you this before. When the cedar starts increasing, people are just like jerks. They're jerks, or they're freaked out all the time. And yesterday, people were starting to get freaked out. It's cedar. Cedar drives people nuts. Yeah, if you know it, you still feel it, but you're like, oh, it's the cedar. So, on my way to Texas, I have the chauffeur, but I want to be driving, so I'm not going to be really able to focus so much. Let's see if we can get the sound from it. That's what they used when they were circumventing and circling Jericho. Whew. Get a little light-headed there. The first one sounded kind of flatulent. I had to adjust my lift there. You're supposed to use your left hand and hold your lips and do all that stuff, but I'm not in the mood right now. Luckily, I had enough air to do that. Boy, it was hellacious. I love this kind of stuff, though. I mean, when you strain your body to a certain point, you're like, ah! That reminds me of like Sapper School and Air Assault School. And going to, what's that place? Sinai, Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, Iraq, Korea. when you had those times of extreme activity. But cedar like gives me arthritis. It really does. I'm like, I got to get out of here. It did it in Indiana also. Juniper did. It's juniper and cedar. They have a little juniper, I think, in Tyler, but it's not as high as it is here, especially right now. But even if it does, it's just the combination of the two. And juniper is a type of cedar. But we'll take it one day at a time because I got no idea what the ragweed's like. You know, if the deep state would leave me be, I'd probably get drops from the doctor and this would be gone in like a year. This is another thing they do. You have to spend your whole life fighting them instead of living your life. But you can't ignore it. Everybody's like, well, just ignore them. It'll be okay. That's the worst advice because what happens is they get the jump on you. And then before you know it, your life is in the turbo. Well, this part's easy. I just head down this highway, follow the Amazon vehicles. I'll find Dallas. Or really Fort Worth. I think Fort Worth is the big one. All right. I think this vehicle actually is faster, has more power than a diesel. I kept thinking, you know, when I packed this thing so much better this time, I was thinking, did I get rid of anything? I'm like, no, I didn't. But there's like I packed it different, and I like have less trouble with the load. So, but I always have like love having extra space because some of my stuff I don't want to like pack like it's solid wall, you know. I want to just kind of pack it to the side, strap it to the side, and leave like a walkway up the middle. So the next big decision is which storage unit to go with. I'm saving $50 on tax, but I think my storage unit's going to be $50 more. The room tax would be disappeared completely. Norman has a room tax, even if you stay 30 days. I like the way the other truck drove better, but I think this one has a little more power. It's a V10. That's funny. I was thinking about William Shatner while I was here. He's going to be at River Wind Casino. It's like, why am I thinking of Shatner? You know, it's funny because Native Americans live in that world. Look, here's Jay Leno. Boy, you think you could fix the road down here? Don't think it's going to be like this in Texas. Jeez, use my room tax or something. And the casino's right here. The roads are horrible. You know, it could be the casino. I told you it was like evil. The casinos down this way are evil. Now I'm not saying the people running them are evil. It's not what I'm saying. It's just there's evil things all around it. Possessive things. Possessing people to drinking and drugs and prostitution, gambling. I mean, they may have came into town with it. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I gotta hit the highway here. It's a back road, isn't it? You usually see the potholes and uneven surface. So I guess the impeachment thing's going on. I don't have time to look at it. I guess everybody else can take the lead for once. Because I gave you a million ideas in the last 10 years. All you're doing is rehashing my information over and over and over again. This Salazar. Salazar Roofing. Had a lot to say, but not any time to say it over the last few days. It's funny how they play it the same all the time. The entire scam of the deep state. You know, they're floating balloons out. They're like, okay, the Harsh Report's going to say that. What? It's going to say what? Bongino. What? What does that mean? It's like, okay, we'll have to change that. They're not going to accept that. All right, let's try this traveling. They push it out there, helium balloon. Oh, okay. It's going to say that. All the smells and whistles, Dr. Pepper. Yeah, the report's not finished yet. They gotta like trial balloon it. Okay, they're not gonna accept that. Let's change that. Oh, I actually got on a better road here. Leaving the reservation. Oh, the roads are better now. Oh, we got some construction up here, I think. Well, it's going to be what it's going to be, you know. All I got to do is be there by 9 o'clock tomorrow, or sometime around there, to do my unloading, and I'll be fine. Got some protein bars and things to help the body rebuild. I would have liked to have left earlier, but I was just like, you know, I'm just not going to do it. I'm not going to kill myself. You know, it's just so I can turn the truck in a day early. So the thing being, U-Haul only gives you 2 days in their prize from Oklahoma City to Tyler, Texas. Penske gives you 3, and the price isn't that much different. I would definitely need 3. They gave me 4 to move here from Santa Fe, and that really worked well, and this is going to work well, I'm sure. But I'll tell you what, if you're on the border, on the ledge of whether you want to go with the insurance, you don't have to get all the insurance, but get at least the equipment insurance. It just makes so much more sense. Can you imagine having to go through your insurance company to pay Penske for a truck or a trailer? They told me even a crack in the windshield, they'll charge you for it. And it's, you know, your deductible's not even going to kick in on that one. But you pay your little fee and you don't have to worry about the equipment. Actually, last time, the trailer, I forgot to disconnect the emergency stop cable. I think it was me or someone else. It doesn't matter. But I think it was the other guy, but I pulled the truck forward and it broke the cable. So I went to Home Depot and built my own cable. It worked fine. We had to unlock it first, and then we did that, and then I built a cable so I'd have an emergency stop cable if the trailer like cut loose or something. But you know, it doesn't matter. I had the insurance. Actually, mine looked better than the one they had. Theirs was pretty chintzy. Theirs you have to cut off if you didn't want it to be there or you wanted to replace it or whatever. Mine, it had actually links, carabiners. So yeah, I'm kind of like deadheaded about the impeachment. I haven't been watching, I haven't been reading Twitter all that much. So I really don't know where it's all at. Besides that they're harassing Terrence. You know, when I say it, the FBI is like, yes, he's showing signs of paranoia. Terrence says it, and they go, oh, this Terrence funny. Oh, well. I've been in Texas for a long time. I bought my Mini from Texas. I'm taking it back there to die. Taking my Mini home to Texas to die. Let's see if I can get the shofar going. We'll do a third one. Oh, I gotta watch that when I'm driving. Like blowing in a balloon and get lighted. All right, I might buy a cup of tea today. I'm kind of needing a boost, but I don't drink tea regularly anymore, coffee. I gave my coffee maker, my Breville grind control, to the Native American lady, her husband. I hope her life comes back. I hope she gets back to work. I mean, I let her work off the debt. I said, you know, and I didn't want to do it, but God, like, she can help you. And everybody's like, you should ask Mary to help you. Ooh, gave her name. So Mary helped me move. Isn't that pretty funny, that name? So I said, look, you know, I don't even know how much you owe me. I think it's like $150. I'm like, you can work off the $150 if you want. You know, I mean, you don't owe me anyway. I don't even keep track of it. I mean, if you can help me. I said, yeah, I'll help you out. And she likes to work. She likes to work. She helps the cleaning people there. She helps the maintenance lady there. She takes out the trash sometimes, like the whole cleaning crew, maintenance person's staff trash. They put it all in this one cart. And she'll push it out and start throwing it away and stuff like that. So, be a good person like that. But she had an accident recently. It wasn't her driving, somebody else was driving, but her sister or something, nephew, I can't remember. And somebody was actually thrown from the vehicle. and the person wasn't injured. I mean, light injury, but nothing life-threatening, not even critical, not even serious. There was like, I guess, 5 of them in this vehicle. You know, there's a funny video on Facebook, and I forget how they term it, reservation or something. And reservation, going to meet the family, going to visit family on the reservation, something like that. But there's all these Native Americans, and it's like a clown car. They get it, they just keep getting in the car. There's a whole bunch of them. But that's what it was like, It was like just loaded with Native American people in this car, the family, the aunts. But they all came out well. There'll be like a payout or something. Somebody, I think, crossed into their lane. But, the EMS crew's like, I can't believe you're all this well. There was like 5 of them in this vehicle, 5 or 6. And one of them was thrown from the vehicle. I said the nephew, I think, was thrown from the vehicle. And I think her cousin was driving, her sister. I think her sister was driving. But it was just amazing. The EMS crew couldn't believe it, and they're like, God protect. I told her right away, I said, God protected you. Just so you can help me move. Joking on that. God looks out for her. I mean, he sent me for a season to help her. Help her husband. Husband was in the military, Army guy. And then she had another husband, I think, prior to that, and I think he was military also, because she alluded to the fact that they used to move around all the time. So that's probably PCS and all that stuff. Saw this lady, she's 77. She's been there a couple times, and she's waiting for her apartment to get ready. She's got a lot of kids. And she had a divorce when she was 27. She said it just had to happen. And she raised 5 kids and didn't get married until she was 48 again. And she focused so hard on her kids. She told me, I wanted to do this, I wanted to do that, and I did it. This is why I said we're all here for some purpose. Some people, they're not here purposing, but we're all here for a real purpose. And I said that was your purpose, And she, when she grew up, how many darn kids were in that family? I forget how many she told me. Now I don't know if it was the number in her house or the number of her siblings, but it was astronomical. I don't know, how there was that many people in one family, but she's not lying. And she said we were happy. It's probably like 3 or 4 little rooms, stuff like that. Said we were happy. I said, people around you happy if they're good people. Grew up with all these kids in her house. And she raised 5 kids, mostly on her own. She said it had to happen. She's like, I just couldn't go on anymore there. And I said, yeah, that happens. She tried to stay, but, when Satan pushes it over a certain point, it's the point of no return. And God understands that. Anybody that's going to want to say you can't get divorced, just listen to God. Do what God tells you. Don't just give it up, but, work at it a little while, and, God will tell you when. The problem is I couldn't hear God. God told me, I told you to get divorced 2 years into that thing. She cheated on you. Boy, the cedar's getting high. Well, an Hispanic couple moved in, and the woman's really like neighborly. You're like, ah. That's what I envision Mexican people, you know? That's the Mexican people I know. Like these people that I see, like in Santa Fe, and the other people I'm going to see, they're not the Mexican people I realize. Or I knew in my life. We're even Hispanic people, even Puerto Rican people. I've got no idea what took over their cultures. But she's always like, hi. And then, like, I was talking to a neighbor. She steps out. Hi. Because she hears the neighbor speaking, you know. That's a Mexico we want to return to. We want to bring that back. I don't know if it'll happen in my lifetime, but we've got focus. We've got plenty of focus. There's no way you can leave that misery on the planet. There's a couple of countries I've said that about. You know, we probably should have focused on that before, you know, spending so much time in the Middle East. It's always better to cut, not ties, but stop operations. Just keep a kind of special operations thing going, and then have your reforge or your return to wherever missions. And you can always go back and spend a period of time. It's easier to throttle it like that. You go there. You leave, you know, pumpkin sites like they did, all the equipment and everything. And you have training exercises over there, you know, not training, actual combat. But you deploy for short periods of time and then say, oh, that's it, we had it, we're going back, we're going to stop these people. But people aren't like burned out. The enemy can't turn them against you. That's the easiest thing to do. Once you're there for a period of time, I mean, you know, everything happens stupid. You know, people end up getting harmed that are innocent, and people get high on drugs and alcohol, and they do egregious things, and, you know, these things happen. So the best thing to do is get in and get out. Get in, you're seeing your, you know, get up, what is it? Get up, you're seeing you're down. That's it. You're up, you're seeing you're down. It's kind of that thing. You get in, you're seeing you're out. You know, you can always leave a small contingent, but, you know, it's easier to maintain the professional aspect of the military in a smaller contingent. When it's something big and you have all these, you know, USO and, you know, a bunch of people doing roids, getting high, drinking. It's pretty much what we went through there. Those Domino's trucks going pretty slow. Well, I'll return later. I got to focus on driving. Praise God in all that you do.